So on the day of our flight to Honolulu from Maui, we were scheduled for a sunrise tour. Now, Mom talked to the guy on the phone, and it said, we would be back by like 10:30, and we had to leave by 11:30. So Mom said that was, good. We'd have an hour to pack, get ready, clear the hotel, check out. Well, the guy said on the bus that we would actually get back at 11. 11. So we had 30 minutes to pack and get all our stuff done and check out and get in the car because the airport was an hour away from where we were staying. So that was very stressful. So we get to the airport, it's packed. So we start checking in our bags, and they said, have you gone through plant customs? And we were like, what the heck's plant customs? So in Hawaii, there's basically these plant customs where you go through your suitcase and you just put it through this thing to make sure you haven't brought anything from there to back. So you haven't brought like snakes or whatever, or any sort of animal or plant that's only in Hawaii to wherever in the US. So we had to go through that, and that was easy peasy. It wasn't as terrible as we expected. Then we got to the TSA line. Oh my gosh. This line was insane. So I was TSA pre. I don't know why, but every trip we go on, I'm always TSA pre. I have no idea why. So my line was a little bit faster. So when the lady came to get my, my boarding pass and sign it, she said, wait. So I was like, okay, I gotta wait. I waited for like 10 minutes, and then she's like, okay, you can go. She didn't even do anything. I was just standing there awkwardly like, just, people are trying to get through me, and I'm just like, I don't know why I'm here, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. So then, I get through the line, everything's smoothly. I wait like literally 20 minutes for Mom, Dad, and Sophie to get through the TSA line. This line was packed. It was like Beyonce concert packed. Like, I'm not even kidding. It would be like you're meeting someone famous packed. It was so packed. So we rushed, we ran to catch our flight, and when we got there, they were calling us to board. So we got there in time. So that was Maui to Honolulu, and that flight was about like 30 minutes. So when we got to the Honolulu airport, we got a quick bite to eat, and my phone was like almost dead, which made me really mad, but it was okay. So we eat immediately, get on the plane, and then we're there. So we're in the very, very, very back. I'm not even kidding. It's the last seat. Like, I'm not kidding. It's the last seat. So we weren't too happy about that. But we were right next to the restroom, so that was a plus. Anyway, the flight was tiring, and I was sick during this flight. I had bronchitis still. So, like, the clear air, there's not really moisture in the air when you fly because the air is ventilated. So it was just dry, and it was not really good for my cough. Me and Dad were, like, dying while, Mom and Sophie are fine. And then, like, I couldn't sleep on the flight at all. I tried really hard to. Like, I tried, going into different positions, like laying back, laying forward, laying to the side, laying on Dad. Nothing worked. I was so exhausted. So then, like, I don't know, it's hour 4 into the flight. It was an 8-hour flight to Chicago. Oh my gosh. I smell puke. I don't know where it's coming from, but I smell it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. No way did someone puke on the plane. So there's this kid. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the screaming child that was right in front of us and screamed the whole entire flight. Yeah, that kid? That kid, he threw up. So first, he threw up on the floor. And my mom, if you don't know her, she's very particular. She doesn't like body fluids coming out of her. Like, if she throws up, like if she gets sick from the stomach bug or something, she will like literally die. Like, she'll pass out on the floor. I don't know what's wrong. She just can't handle puke. But, she was freaking out. She's like, David, we gotta move, we gotta move. So we moved to the other side. So then the dad was carrying the child on his back to the restroom to take care of and clean him. But then while he was carrying the child, he threw up on someone else. This poor guy got thrown up all over his jeans. Yeah, not good. So then, oh, this is the best part. So then, we have throw up by our seat, and we don't care. Everyone's getting irritated, and it was fun. Finally, we land. So we land in Chicago. So we land in Chicago, and everything's fine. The airport's nice and big, and It's about day over there, so we kind of skipped a day. So it was night where we were heading, and then it turned into day, and we didn't sleep in between. So we kind of like skipped a day. It was Tuesday, but then it was Wednesday over there. It was weird. We kind of like just skipped a day. It was mind-boggling. Anyway, so we're in the airport, and I start coughing, having a hacking fit. We're right by the gate. We're just sitting down, you know, chilling out. So I start coughing like a maniac. Just start coughing, coughing, coughing. And I threw up all over myself 15 minutes before the flight left. Yeah, that's right, before the flight left. And everyone's just looking at me like, oh my gosh, the girl just threw up. Oh my gosh, she's sick or whatever. It wasn't because I was sick. It was because I was coughing so much that the stuff inside my throat like vomited all over the stuff. So I vomited all over myself, shirt, skirt, thankfully not shoes. So I went to the bathroom, changed, then I had to get a plastic bag. Luckily, I had my carry-on, because in this trip, our carry-on, we had a bunch of clothes in it, so I could change. So I changed, and now I have my throw-up clothes, and I'm like, oh crap, where am I going to put this? So then I go to this lady, and I'm like, hey, how much is like a plastic bag? 25 cents. And I'm like, of course it's 25 cents. Go home, get the change. She's like, no, you don't have to pay. So I just wasted that trip back. So I was like, okay, thank you, ma'am. So I'm heading onto the plane, and this lady, she's a stewardess, she's like, honey, are you okay? I saw you, and you need some love, don't you? And I'm like, thank you so much, I'm totally better. She was so nice. Anyway, the trip was like, the flight was like an hour or so, I think, or maybe even 45 minutes. I slept through that entire flight. Finally, we get into Indiana. I'm starving at this point because, you know, I just threw up whatever I ate and I was still hungry in the first place. So we had a Chick-fil-A, and I just get like, because it's breakfast over there, so I get Chick-fil-A breakfast and fruit. We head to the baggage, you know, the big bag comes, but not mom's bag. See, we checked in 2 bags. We checked in dad's luggage and mom's carry-on because we could. And then me and Sophie's carry-on we just carried. Her carry-on was nowhere to be found. We waited for like 30 minutes and it still didn't show up. And like, you know, all the bags were like checked out. So we went to the lady. They lost it in Denver, Colorado. I don't know how. So they lost it. That was great. That was, oh my gosh. I felt so bad for mom, but luckily they did return it like 10 o'clock at night at our house. So that's good. Anyway, so then we were heading back home, and we just kind of slept and chill out for all the day. But yeah, that was our trip from Maui, Honolulu, Chicago to Indiana. And we drove home 2 hours because we landed in Indianapolis, not where I live. So yeah, that was the trip.